All right, it is Monday, April 19th, and tonight on Through the Eyes of Authors, we have Haley talking to us about Instagram and how she uses it to promote her books, build relationships with other authors, indie authors, and just kind of cross promote her book and other authors' books. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and kick it to Haley because I know this conversation can take a full hour, or if you guys have questions, it can definitely go over because it is a very popular subject. So without further ado, Haley, take it away.
All right, will do. So please don't feel like you can't speak up if you've got questions while we're going through this. Speak up, no big deal. If there's something you need clarified, let me know, because this is not intuitive to everyone like it is to someone of my generation, so don't feel bad. All right, so how to make Instagram, also known as Instagram by the community, how to make it work for you. So first things first is you're going to want to worry about content. And there's 3 ways you can kind of break your content down. Are you an author? Are you a publisher? Are you a reader? And the mystical 4th option, are you all 3? And depending on what you're doing, it's going to affect how your page looks. So if you're an author, you should feature your book prominently, as well as aspects about the writing process and your life. And here's a pretty decent example. Charlie Holmberg, she does a lot of writing. You can see she's, walking through the process of making the audiobook, all sorts of different fun things like that. If you're a publisher, you should feature all the books and the milestones of your publishing house, and there should be no posts about your personal life. It should be incredibly professional and very clean cut. So a great example of a publisher is Penguin Teen. And then as a reader, you should, feature things about reading, some aspects of your personal life. You can just show your bookshelves. You just get to be a little bit more of yourself. And a great example of this is Bookish Miracles. It's all about the books and the joys of being a reader. And then what if you're a mix? So if you're a publishing house, I'm sorry, but you guys really shouldn't try and mix. You should try and keep everything else separate, but everything else is pretty much fair game. And a good example of this is Casey Bond. She does a lot of promotional stuff for her books, but she also promotes other authors as well. All right, next thing, aesthetics. So again, publishers, your content should look very clean. It should be about the sales, launches, special events. If you're going to a book fair, people can find you. And you can also post photos that people have shared of the books that are published by your house. That's a great way to kind of give shout outs, and you get a lot of respect for doing that. Authors, it's your book, have fun with it, make it pretty. I'm going to show you an example of what not to do. And I love David, but he's prime example. Oh, sorry. Well, sorry. This is a good publisher one. There's a couple of those. You've also got Tor Books and Glasstown Entertainment. So now we on to David of what you shouldn't do. So if you guys notice, there's 4 posts that are videos, then they're all exactly the same thing. And then 3 posts of the cover pretty much in a row. It gets boring. And a lot of the times what happens is your viewers can't tell, is this an old post I'm looking at? Is it a new one? You can absolutely put your book out there multiple times, but just do it in different ways, in different pictures and formats. Great things he did, though, is he shared bits about his life and the cover launch. And those are things people actually really love to see, and they really help connect with you. So bit of good, bit of bad. All right, and then for the readers, you guys should be showing what you're reading, your bookshelves, just fun things about books in general. There's really no wrong or right way to do it. A lot of people like to do themes, so having a darker theme or having a little trinket that's always in your photos and whatnot. And reviews are a very popular thing to do. So you as an author reviewing other people's books, it's a great way for them to say, hey, thank you for doing this. I'm interested in returning the favor. And so here's a couple examples of just reader accounts. You've got Sky's Library. You can see she's got a very bright kind of theme going on here, and themes do change with the season, the month, or just if you feel like it. And then Fictional Shar is a great example of a theme that's a lot darker. And then Fangirlish Wandering does little text bubbles. That's just kind of her thing. One of those things that makes her different, and that's absolutely something you can do as well. And then we've got mine, which is just a lot more chaotic. I don't really have a theme. I just kind of do what I want. So you kind of now get to see the whole spectrum that goes on. All right, so third thing, engagement. The way you're going to get your engagement is to engage with other people, commenting on posts, liking posts, messaging people if you saw something that kind of piqued your interest. It also means viewing people's stories, participating in polls and quizzes. And you should be interacting with people aside from who you follow, because this is how you get followers, by interacting with people you don't know. And Explore is great for this feature. Stories are a great way for you to interact with your followers. You can keep people updated about bits of your life. You can do polls and quizzes and just all sorts of fun little things. And then of course your posts. You don't just have to say, oh, look, I'm having a sale. You can say, hey guys, look, I'm having a sale. And wow, my dog did something really stupid today. And you can tell them about your dog. Or, if you've got kids, the way your kids are driving you nuts. Another very popular thing to do is have a question of the day. And it doesn't have to be related to books. It could be, what's your favorite superhero? Or would you rather go to the beach or the mountains? Or, who's your favorite morally great character? There's, again, no right or wrong answer and lots of fun to be had. All right, so fourth thing, followers. I'm sure you guys know the answer to why they matter, because these are the people seeing your posts. And, the people who follow you, they're the ones who are absolutely going to be the first people to take advantage of any launches or promotions that you guys have. Now, getting followers, I had to learn this on the hard way. It's the tricky part. You can follow other people back, follow people, and that's a very common one. It's just follow a bunch of people and you hope some of them follow you back. It will work. Not quite as well as if you actually engage in the community and have good content on your page. That's really what draws people in and makes them stay. And is there a thing as too much following? Actually, there is. Don't just, mass follow like I was talking about. A lot of people in the community, eventually there comes a point where you're going to start to unfollow people and people don't like it. So follow people that you like as humans, as authors, you like their pages, and then stick around. And it makes everything just a lot easier. All right, so making Bookstagram work for you. Bookstagram is actually a really good place to find reviewers. I've actually found several people willing to help me out. And generally people who have accounts about 1,000 to 1,500 followers are really excited to try and give you a review and help you out. All they want usually is a free book. Ebooks are acceptable, but most people like physical copies, because who doesn't like holding an actual book in your hand? And some people will only accept physical copies, but they're usually far and few between. And it's actually a really great place to make friends. I've actually met some amazing people who are definitely lifelong friends now. And I've made friends with authors. And, if I've got questions about, hey, how do I get into a book box? I know I can go straight to them and they'll help me out. They'll point me in the right direction. They're a great thing to have. They're also really happy to be beta readers if you've got, some plotting issues. They're more than happy to talk to you as well. All right, so there is an algorithm for Instagram and it sucks. Instagram is not trying to help you, so you have to do it yourself. Saves are the most important thing. This means someone saw your post and said, damn, I like this so much, I want to be able to find it easy peasy. Sharing it means, hey, look, I saw your post, I think my friend will like it, so I'm going to send it to them. And of course, comments and likes are important too, but the shares and the saves are the most important because they bump up your status with the algorithm, meaning your post is more likely to be shown in the Explore function. All right, so when to post? Does it matter? Yes and no. It doesn't matter how much you post, but consistency is key. I post once a day. And people understand life gets in the way, so sometimes I don't post until 9 o'clock at night. If I've had a 14-hour day on the water, it's no big deal. Just be consistent if you can. The other thing too is that Instagram will show you when is the best time to post. It gives you insights. So what you can do is you can go to your profile page. You're gonna see this button that says Insights, and the format's changed slightly since I made the presentation, but you'll still find the button that says Insights. It's gonna take you to this screen right here. You're gonna wanna click on your audience. And then if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you're gonna see this graph of most active times. And if you click on it, it'll actually give you the numbers at the top. So I tend to post around 3 o'clock, and this is in Pacific time. Instagram's really bad about that for some reason. So it lets you know when's the best time to post. And if you don't want to post every day, every 2 to 3 days, every week, it's fine. And it's okay to deviate from your schedule. And can you, I know a lot of people don't like to do multiple posts in a day, but if you got to do it. And really, again, no one cares. And again, as we saw with time of day, if you want to follow your statistics, it does help, but it's not necessary. Do what you need to do. No one's going to complain. All right. So what audience is the best for Instagram? Literally anyone and everyone is going to be on Instagram, but it does cater to certain groups just a little bit more. Bookstagram is mostly women ages 16 to 30, while Instagram itself is mostly women ages 16 to 35. So what does that mean for all of us? Well, if you're fantasy, contemporary, romance, or sci-fi, those are the 4 most popular genres. Your book is going to be an easy sell no matter what, especially if it's written for YA, new adult, or middle grade. And if you're not one of those, no worries. There are still plenty of people out there looking for your book and for you. You're just going to have to be a little bit more on top of reaching out to them with hashtags and aesthetics. But believe me, they're out there. All right, so why do hashtags matter? I hate to say this, but if you're not going to use hashtags on a post, don't bother, just go to Facebook. Hashtags are the only way people who are not following you are going to see your post. You can do it in the explore function. You can actually follow hashtags, so you'll see newer posts, more popular posts, along with the posts from the people you follow. There is a character limit for posts, so you can actually put your hashtags in the comments and they still work perfectly fine. And you do have a max of 30 hashtags per post, and it's actually a lot harder than you think to hit that number. All right, so the size of the hashtag, you're probably thinking this is a thing, there's a size. There actually is. So if we see it, the first one, Knickknacks Book Club has 1,000 posts in it. Storygram Tourist has 18.5 thousand. Bookstagram, 84.5 million, and Bookstagrammar, 8.7 million. And this is actually kind of important because the more people that post in that hashtag, the more likely your post is to get buried. So then you're thinking I should go with the smaller ones. No, because the hashtags that have under 1,000, not many people see. So this is a double-edged sword. You want to both post in hashtags that have small numbers of posts and large numbers of posts. And, your post is going to get buried in those big ones. People are still going to see it and they're going to like it. And in the smaller ones, it's going to a very niche group. Those smaller hashtags work well for the people who aren't in the super popular categories that really lends itself well to the populace of Instagram. All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of hashtag practice. I'm gonna show you a couple of photos, just shout out some hashtags you might wanna use for the photos. All right, so here's the first one.
Gala.
No? Pardon?
Gala.
Circus.
Circus, I love it.
Mask.
Mask, great,
Yeah.
those are good ones.
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras, okay.
Fantasy.
Fantasy, perfect. All right, those are all great hashtags to use for this photo. Actually, about half of them I did use. All right, so here's another one. What would you use for this one?
Magic.
Perfect. That was a pretty easy one.
Mystery.
Hunter.
Is that a YA book or is that an NA?
It's a new adult.
Okay, then hashtag NA.
Yeah, NA. Perfect. That's a really good one to use as well.
Can you use the author's name?
Absolutely. Authors have hashtags for themselves. It's actually one of the better ones to do it in because it's a very specific audience looking for that photo. All right. And then for the last one, me as a mermaid, because why not? This one's a lot different.
Mermaids.
Mermaid. Yep, nice and easy.
Relaxing.
One more time.
Relaxing.
Relaxing. All right, awesome. Yeah.
Am reading.
Reading. Perfect. Again, hashtags are easy. Literally just any words that kind of relate to the photo that stick out to you or what you can use. They're nice and easy. All right. Statistics. Instagram actually does give you statistics for both your entire profile and for your posts. And they're actually really helpful so you can try and figure out what works and what doesn't. So you're going to go to your homepage. You're going to hit that insights button again. And then from here, you've got 3 different breakdowns. You can go to overview, which is going to give you an overview of how your account's done in the past week. And up at the top, that shows you how many people have interacted with your profile for that week. And then for content interaction, it'll tell you how many likes, comments, saves, shares that you've gotten over the course of the week as well. And then of course, your audience buttons gives you a breakdown of that. That first graph shows you how many people have followed and unfollowed you over the course of the past few days. And then you've also got, it'll tell you where most of your followers are from, cities and countries, their age ranges, also broken down into sex, and it also gives you the gender breakdown as well. And then of course we saw the times when people are most active. The other thing is that you can actually get statistics for each of your posts. You're going to click on that post and you're going to see the blue banner that says View Insights. If you click that, it's going to give you this. And the heart is likes. The little speech bubble is obviously comment. And the little airplane is shares. And the little bookmark is saves. Now, that's not all. If you swipe up on that menu, you get more. It'll tell you how many people visited your profile from watching this or from seeing this post. And it gives you all sorts of different things. So it'll tell you how many, people viewed it because of a hashtag and things like that. All right. So realistically, the most important thing is to have fun. If you're not having fun on Bookstagram, you're not doing it. You're just really not doing it right. You're going to make a lot of really awesome relationships, and they're really helpful because the more you interact with your readers, the more they're going to spread your book, and the more it's just kind of going to cascade from there. All right. So do you guys have any questions? Because that's really the end of my presentation. Nice straight into the point.
I actually have some, Haley. So mostly because my Instagram account has been as a business account for years. Wow. Okay. The shared screen threw me off there for a minute. Okay. It's been a business account for years. So I don't know if they've opened the insights and stuff up to just a personal profile, or do you need to have a business profile for you to see all the insights and stuff?
Let me check on that really quick.
Because I know Facebook owns Instagram. So the insights and stuff, everybody. So if you have an author page and you check your insights and everything, it's going to look very similar to that because Facebook owns Instagram now. So the insights and everything are like that.
Yes, you do have to be a business profile to get those insights. However, it's a very simple thing to do and switch over to, and it really doesn't change much about the profile aside from the fact that instead of being a personal, it's a business.
Yeah, so to get the insights and stuff, it needs to be a business account. And one of the things, like Haley was saying, with the insights and everything like that, it's also going to open it up where you can run promotions. So if you saw in one of her images there, it had the insights where you could promote, a popular image that's getting a lot of traction on your page or whatever. You can run Instagram ads. You don't have to run them through Facebook, or you can do them simultaneously having a business account. So having a business account on Instagram for, doing Bookstagram is very important. And had kind of what Haley had said, which is having it be, if you're an author, then it's your books. And if you're a reader, then it's kind of not a free for all, but it's you enjoying reading and the books that you enjoy reading, right? And as a publisher, it's all the books that you're publishing. It's very important to keep the professional aspect of it, those images, very clean. Now that's much easier for me to say than for me to do. Okay, I'm totally going to be honest with you, because I'm all like, oh, this is a cute photo, and then my dog's running through the backyard. Okay, so then it's not a professional photo and I can't use it, and I've just come to terms that I am professionally unprofessional, and I'm okay with it. Okay,
Amy, but that's why stories are great. You can share your stories. They're only there for 24 hours. You still get to share it.
Right.
Big deal.
Right. So it's kind of like, I know every single one of you have at least been on Instagram, whether you're just perusing through your own personal Instagram, but you've seen the really clean looking images of a book box or of a book, and you're like, wow, that's such a striking photo. That's what your business Instagram needs to look like. Okay. So just being honest with you people. Okay. That you got to get down and get in your professional roots and post a really nice looking clean photo. None like me.
Yeah.
Question.
Don't be like me.
Yes.
Question.
Jake.
How do you post from your PC? Because I can only do Instagram from my phone, and I don't have a lot of photos on my phone that are professional.
Yep, that is one of the bigger problems. To post on Instagram, you do have to do it from your phone. However, do you have an iPhone? Do you have an iPhone?
I have an iPhone. I don't have professional photos on my iPhone.
That's
have
okay.
all kinds of photos on my iPhone.
Email them to yourself
James,
and open it
another
on your phone.
James, another thing
Yeah.
you can do is if you're putting it on Facebook, pull the picture off of Facebook and use that picture on your Instagram.
And you can also cross post between the two platforms without ever touching Instagram by using Facebook.
How
Can
do
I
you do
share
that?
something with you?
Yes.
Sure.
Can I share something with you?
Yeah, absolutely. Share away.
So, but I have a lot to learn from you. But in answer to his question, I do this all the time. You can only use Chrome, but when you go to Chrome, go to Preferences, slide down, and you let me make sure I get it right. And you select. So you go Instagram, right? .com. And then hold on, I'm going to go do it now. And when you go to Preferences, you are going to select the tools, and that gives you the look as if you were on your phone. And then then the trick is after that, you have to say refresh, and then that gives you the plus sign, and you can start adding all your pictures.
The
Yeah,
other thing too is if you have Apple products, so if you got a MacBook and you've got an iPhone, just airdrop the photos to yourself, and
Yeah,
they go
that's
straight from
right.
your computer to your phone, and it takes all of 3 seconds. That's
Right.
actually how I do it, because I
Mhm.
take my SD card from my DSLR, plug it into my computer, and then just airdrop the photos to myself to edit. And also, you guys don't have to have these crazy editing apps. Just whatever built-in one is on the iPhone. That's all I use. It's
Yeah.
just it
Anyway, I can
doesn't have to
send-
be super crazy.
I can send step-by-step directions to
All right.
everybody if you
Yeah.
want.
Put the directions in there. I just want an easy way to do it because I know there's ways of jumping through hoops and getting it out there, like emailing it to myself and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
But
Way too many steps. I need something easy.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is so easy and I always do on the computer, but that was right about the airdrop. But Haley, I have a stupid question. I'm
There are
embarrassed.
no stupid questions unless is a dolphin a fish.
No, this is really stupid. I don't know where to do that hashtag.
Oh, so it's really easy. So if you're on your phone, it's actually going to. Sorry, I'm gonna kind of show you guys. It's gonna be really crappy quality, but it'll be fine. So while you're typing, I don't know if you can see my keyboard, but it'll actually auto-populate the @ symbol and a hashtag down in the corner for you.
I
So
see
you don't
it.
have to go searching for it. You can also go to your symbols, and it's just the hashtag symbol. That's it. And
you
that's all
just
you have.
start typing away.
And it'll
Like
start
you
to
do on
auto,
LinkedIn.
yeah, and it'll start to auto-populate for you.
Okay.
So, but if it's not the one you want, you can type it all the way out. And if you do type it all the way out, you can create new hashtags. You're not limited to what's already out there.
Yeah.
And should someone have their, so I have Instagram, but I don't have Bookstagram. Should I just go get a Bookstagram one and make that just my professional one and then have my Instagram as my fun one?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely what I do. Mostly because my personal one, it's, oh, look, I'm scuba diving, or, oh, look, I'm petting a stupid animal I shouldn't. And, you know, my Bookstagram one is very much more focused on books. It's kind of a up to you thing. If you tend to share more about writing and your life on your personal page, there's no reason why you can't. And as an author, having bits of personal life on there is totally fine.
Right.
So it's up to you on that one. I personally like having them separate because I won't ever feel bad about all these people who are here for books are suddenly seeing sharks and scratching their heads going, what's happening?
Mhm.
But that's just me.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Thanks.
Another
Yeah, no
good
problem.
thing to share are like book memes.
Yes. Yes. Book memes are a good thing to share too. Those are
Author
best
memes.
shared. Yeah, author memes, those are best shared in your stories. But you know, a good meme as a post is totally fine every now and again.
Yeah, but Diane, when you go to do your hashtag, at least on my phone, and I mean, I have a Surface, so I can post from it because there's an app on there, an app for Instagram, so I can post from my Surface. But it'll kind of pull up the most popular ones as you're typing, kind of like what Haley said, where it'll auto generate. But it'll kind of be going back to where Haley was saying 30. So between 15 and 30 is kind of the sweet spot for your hashtags, and you kind of want to do it In the same way, like when you're building a Twitter profile and stuff like that, you want to have some that are smaller to get noticed, quicker, and then some that are the bigger ones because they're going to pull in other people. So you want to have kind of like a sweet in between for both to kind of capitalize on it, because you don't want to pigeonhole yourself, like Haley was saying, into the, hashtags that have 1,000 or, 1,500, because then you're really pigeonholing. You're not going to see a bunch of people. And then when you come back and you're only following the ones that have millions of people, you're not going to get seen. So you need to do both to get the best exposure you can get, if that makes sense.
Yes,
Perfect.
thank you.
And then,
Sorry, I had to duck out for a while, and so you might have covered this, but I apologize if I'm.
No, you're fine.
I post once a week, or in conjunction with my IT guy, we post once a week on Instagram. But we post on Instagram. Now, is Bookstagram another separate?
Nope,
entity,
it's the exact same app. It's just a bastardization of Instagram because it's community that specifically focuses on books. So it's the Bookstagram community.
So how do you make your Instagram post Bookstagram?
You can actually just use the hashtag Bookstagram, Bookstagrammer, anything related to books, and it'll probably get seen by the book community instantaneously.
Oh, so we don't need to do a whole new profile for the Bookstagram?
Nope, you absolutely don't have to. You can keep it on whatever one you've got now, but it all comes into those hashtags. Those are what really sends your post out to different communities. So if I'm doing a post on my personal account about sharks, I'm not going to use the hashtags books and Bookstagrammer and readers. I'm going to use sharks and sciencey terms and things like that, because that sends it to a different community compared to if you're trying to go for the books area.
Okay, next question. So we have a set of hashtags we use a lot, like
Okay.
hashtag indie, since we're indie publisher, hashtag author, I don't know, different ones.
Yeah.
But how does one look up these hashtags to see if anybody is using them besides us, and how many people you're in that hashtag group?
So while you're making the post, once you have that hashtag symbol, as you start to type it out, it'll autofill what it is, and it'll tell you how many people have posted into that hashtag underneath it. If you also go to the explore function, you can type in whatever hashtag you're looking for, and if it comes up with some weird stuff, you can select profiles, people, hashtags, and it should tell you there how many people roughly have posted so far in that hashtag. You can also follow a hashtag. So anytime there's, so let's say you wanted to follow the hashtag indie authors, you can follow that, and interspersed with the rest of your feed, it'll show you posts specifically from this feed of people you don't follow. So it might just be a recent one, or it might be one that's really popular at the moment, but you'll get a couple of those mixed in with your normal feed.
yeah. Julie, here, look, I'm going to share my screen to kind of help explain what Haley's talking about. So can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so like the hashtag indie author right here. So there's a little over 1 million posts about that. Right, so that, at least 1 million people have used that hashtag. So then if we click on it, there's also one with plural for indie authors. So then we can follow it. And then you're going to see all of the posts in here. And then it's going to show you the most recent ones. So these are the most recent posts, probably within the last like 5 seconds, of people that have used that hashtag. And then it's going to take you to their account, and you can follow them and kind of build your relationship that way. Does this kind of help you?
I guess so. The thing is, I don't do any of this on my telephone, so I'm not seeing this stuff the way y'all are.
Okay.
It should be a very similar format, regardless if you're on your computer or your phone. There's not going to be a whole lot of deviation.
Yeah.
Okay, the next thing, what you've been putting up there is all of the graphics, and I always have a graphic on all of my posts, but I also have words. So what are your feeling about that?
No, you're absolutely welcome to have words. I personally don't do that because I haven't quite figured out how to put graphics onto my photos. But plenty of people do them. It's no big deal. If you actually, a lot of people like to doodle on their photos, just make them pretty, spice them up. But yeah, no, having words and graphics are totally fine.
Okay, I'm just, we're doing it. We've been doing it forever, but I'm not sure we're getting any return on this effort, frankly.
Well, I think a good thing for you to look into would to be engaged more in the community. I kind of learned this on the hard way too. When I first started, my author account, I just kind of posted and expected people to flock to me. It didn't really work. You actually have to go and interact with other people, comment on their posts, follow other people, message them if you've got, something you want to say to them or about their, their post or different things like that. And you build those relationships. And as you continue to interact with more and more people, other people start coming to you.
Yeah, I feel like this is a full-time job.
It can seem like
I follow CJ, I follow Diane, I follow James L. Hill. I follow lots of people. I follow the people I know. I follow their blogs and I follow their newsletters. I don't have time to read all this stuff. And I certainly don't have time to interact with.
Well, see, that's the great thing too, is that you don't actually have to read all the posts.
Flip through.
You can just like the post.
That goes through and like everything. That goes
Yeah,
through and
that's
quick
a
likes.
good way to do it too. And as I was saying, a lot of people tend to do a question of the day. So that's something I focus on. I'm looking for just the question of the day and how can I answer that question? I don't generally read everything else. So it's a way to interact with someone, but it doesn't require you reading an entire laundry list of stuff going on.
Haley, have you done
Yes.
IGTV?
Yes, I have done that for a couple of book box unboxings. I don't use it very much. I'm figuring it out. I've just started working on Reels, which is a whole different can of worms. But is there a question you have that I can hopefully answer?
No, I just want to know if you tried it. I've been on it before and I have 3 things up there. I think it's for videos only.
It is.
Like,
It is.
yeah.
It is for videos. It's for going live, or if you've recorded a video and it's longer than 30 seconds, you can put it as IGTV.
Yeah. So I got 3 things up there. So that shows you how deep I went into that thing.
Yeah, IGTV didn't take off as well as like Facebook Watch and stuff like that. Those took off a lot better than the IGTV did, but the Reels seem to be having more success over the TV. So I would put in more effort learning like the Reels and stuff, which I feel like the Reels are more kind of in competition with TikTok. That's just my personal opinion.
They're pretty much TikTok.
Yeah.
They're TikTok videos.
So it's like fun little short snippets and stuff that you can do. I guess the whole kind of takeaway is that Instagram is going to allow you to express your creativity with posting about your books, but engaging in the author community more so than being on Through the Eyes of Authors and engaging that way. It's going out there and seeking other indie authors, other indie publishers, and building their relationship that way and corresponding and kind of expanding your network to them if it fits your genre. So like Haley was saying, there's like, what is it, Haley? There's like 4 popular genres, which is like fantasy, contemporary, romance, and sci-fi, right?
Sci-fi. Yeah, those are the big ones. But of course,
Yeah.
people like other genres too.
Yeah, so you have to kind of consider if the platform doesn't favor to them, but they are the heavy hitters on that platform, right? So this platform may not be worth putting in a ton of effort if you're not in those genres, but there is a platform that's worth putting in more, but you should still be on it because you would be missing out on some of the people that are on there looking for a new book to read and kind of maybe to expand on their genres, right? So every platform has heavy hitters that they can be on. And Instagram, those are their heavy hitters, but it's not to say that you can't be on it and maintain it. You just may not want to put all of your effort and time into just that platform, if that makes sense. So like for Diane, you have children's books, right? So it would be a good platform for that. But like moms and me, we're on Pinterest, right? So I'm probably going to look for your book on Pinterest when I'm looking up creative activities for my kid to do or different ways to help my kid read, right? That's all on Pinterest. So I could find your book on Pinterest. Julie, the same with you. If I'm looking at different travel guides or travel related things, different places to go, I'm also going to go to Pinterest, right? Those are going to be your heavy hitters because those are your realms. Instagram, you need to maintain, but it's not your ideal platform. Does that make sense? Like I'm not saying don't be on it. It's a great platform. You should. It's just a heavy hitter for certain genres, and then Pinterest is a heavy hitter for you guys. Does that make sense?
Say the 4K, it's fantasy, romance, sci-fi.
And
and what's
contemporary.
Contemporary. Those tend to be the bigger hitters. And usually the age range is YA to
18
mid-30s.
Yeah, 18 to 30, 35. I would.
By contemporary, you mean something that's just set in today and it's a novel? What is?
Yes, but generally, so like To Kill a Mockingbird's an older but a good kind of example of what contemporary would be. Something, contemporary romances are very popular. So, just things that more so align with the younger generation, but aren't crazy fantasy dragons kind of stuff.
Okay, well, To Kill a Mockingbird was published, I think, in the 50s.
Again, it's a bit outdated, but you got the
70
kind
years
of
old. I don't know
storyline.
all that contemporary. Anyway, okay.
Yeah. So, well, does anybody have any other questions? I know me and Haley could talk about this all day. We've done that on a Rock Hill meeting. We've talked about this all day. I mean, these are our platforms. They make us super excited, but it's not something to be overwhelmed and to kind of steer away from. You just have to get creative in it and maybe not put all your effort into just this platform. Go and find your ideal platform and where people are looking for you. Like I'm trying to find a Pinterest person. If someone knows someone that is like 100% just amazing at Pinterest, please send them to me because I want to learn Pinterest. I mean, I know it, but I
very
don't
good at
know
Pinterest.
it. Yeah. See,
Yes.
I know Pinterest. I can work it. I can get my views. I've got like 2,500 views a month. I can do all that. I don't know how to like convert that. So if someone knows the business aspect of Pinterest, please send them to me.
She's a Pinterest artist. She's on Pinterest.
Athena, me and you
furniture
need
and
to
stuff
talk,
like that.
girlfriend. We need to talk because I want
More than me, because I use Pinterest, but I haven't been doing it in a while. She uses it a lot. So I'm going to throw her out there, shoving her under the bus.
I would love to talk to you from the business aspect of a business Pinterest account. Because I mean, there's so many authors on there. I mean, I have Roxanne Charles Enigma series on Pinterest, right? I'm going to do it. So I have them on Pinterest, and I mean, they're converting. I mean, they're getting 2,000 views a month, and on their different posts, they're being successful and stuff. Now, that does not mean it's converting to book sales. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. That's the part I'm lacking. I want to know how to get that going. I can bring people to their page. I'm very good at that. But the conversion part for Pinterest is what is getting my gears turning. So social media is always evolving. It's always changing. And each platform there's heavy hitters, and then it changes, and then it's no longer those heavy hitters. It's new ones. So, I mean, it's a revolving door. Every 6 months we're on our toes, people. So it's a good journey. But me and Sandy will be doing a webinar because we're going to do social media made easy for you guys all month of May. We're going to break it down and make it super simple on all these platforms, the best ways to do it, kind of help you guys out because it can be overwhelming. So many things are changing. Clubhouse is a new platform that's come into Realm, and it's just taken over like storm, but I can't get on it because I don't have an iPhone. So it's kind of one of those things, right? So we are going to be talking about that, making it easier for you guys because you guys need to be on social media, and I know you guys are overwhelmed. And it can get overwhelming. I get overwhelmed just Haley talking about Instagram, and I know Instagram. I'm like, dang, it is a lot of work. Like, I'm not even going to lie to you guys. It's a lot of work, but it takes 5-10 minutes a day. And if you don't post every day, 3 times a day, you're looking at 30 minutes a week. That time adds up, right? And so you want to make sure it's worth your time. You want to make sure it's converting. It's getting out there. You're getting new bookings for it, or you're getting new writers to come in, right? So you can publish them, or new sales or whatever. And I understand that, and I hear it. So we're working together. We're going to offer that to you guys all month of May. So stick around for that. The webinar is this Wednesday. So it's going to be fun. But if you guys have any last minute Instagram questions for Haley, she is your Instagram expert tonight. So get your questions answered while she's here. Yes, Diane.
Well, it's not a question. I just want to say, Haley, that was incredible. Just incredible. And I would love to take classes from you. But I also want to tell everybody I'm on Clubhouse, and I absolutely love it. The networking is unbelievable on Clubhouse. And So if you need to be invited, let me know and I'll send you an invite because you have to be invited in order to be on it. Okay, CJ, I got
Yeah.
you.
Invite me.
Everybody needs one, everybody. needs one.
I mean, I'm
What
in
do
the
you
car
need
and I
from us?
just Bluetooth and listen when I'm on a long drive and just like, it's, anyway, I could tell you all kinds of stuff about it, but I won't bore you.
What do
And
you
then-
need to invite us?
Yeah, I'll invite you.
No, what do you need?
Your name and your phone number.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I don't have your email. So y'all, if you want to be invited, send me your phone number.
Put your
and I'll-
put your emails in the chat for Diane so she can
Yeah.
invite you guys to Clubhouse. The beauty of Clubhouse is you have to attend them live because they're not recorded. So the networking and everything is live, everything's happening. It's not, recorded. It's not like, meeting or whatever. Because once that room closes, that's it. You're out. There's no record of it. There's nothing. So you got to get in there and get your hustle on. That's
Yeah,
true.
that's true. And
True.
anyway, on Pinterest, I do Pinterest. I still have a lot to learn, but I'm with you. Pinterest for children's authors is really good.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just coming from a mom standpoint, when I type in, toddler activities or books for toddlers, Pinterest is the number one thing that pops up. And there's so many books on there. I rabbit hole and I somehow wound up, I got like 15 different authors open in their pages and I'm so overwhelmed. So I'm like, what? I was just looking at this one book.
But I didn't even know there was a Bookstagram and I'm so excited to learn about it, even though it's not in my genre. But if I use the hashtag moms, can I bring them in?
Oh no, absolutely. That's a great way to do it. And actually, children's authors are getting more popular on Instagram because the age group it's catering to is starting to have kids. So
Okay.
you're actually sitting really pretty with your genre.
Okay, good. That's good to know. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you guys ever need help, feel free to send me a message on Instagram. And if you decide to post, I can always try and, push it out a little bit further in my circle, like just, trying to help wherever I can. This is how
Yeah.
it all starts.
It's all working together and networking and getting people to share your stuff and getting more eyes on it. Absolutely. So does anybody have any final questions? Looks like we're going to end early tonight, but I'm okay with that. Does
Oh
anybody
my, spaghetti's cooking.
Well, that's good enough reason right there, James. Man, we're all going to come to your house. I hope you made enough for everybody. I
Let's see. Yeah, there's enough meatballs. I'll be fine.
I love
And
it.
I'm going to tell everybody,
Outside.
James was on The Better You, and he was phenomenal. He was
Thank you.
so good. I heard a lot of great comments, and I just want everyone to know James did a really great job, and you can see him on YouTube on The Better You. So
Wonderful. I'm going to have to go check that out.
Diane was on
You
there
got it in
too.
circulation. CJ,
It's
yes.
out there somewhere.
2 things. Actually 3. I have to get going shortly. Puppy's got to go outside. But tomorrow at 1, I'll be on Corinne's.
Yes.
The line.
Corinne. And then on Wednesday at 12, I'm being interviewed by Red O'Laughlin.
Nice. Wonderful. I love it. You guys are getting on podcasts and speaking, and you guys makes my heart so warm. I love it. You
But
guys
Puppy's
are
gotta go.
awesome.
I gotta go.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. I love you guys. Haley, amazing presentation. Thank you so much. So you guys have a great Monday. I'll see you all on Friday. Have a great rest
Thanks,
of the
Haley.
week, guys.
Good talking to you.
You.
Bye, you guys.